Do, do. All right. So these kind of look like rivers. I probably need some lower frequency though. If you walk here, I think that's good enough. And if you're standing here looking at that tree, I feel like that's kind of a good distance. Probably need some noise to vary it up, but well, that's kind of a good lake, I guess. Doesn't really make sense, but who cares? It does need, let's do 5. Oh no, I need higher. Lower frequency, not higher. Do I have no rivers now? I guess I have one over here. That's kind of boring. River noise stop. I kind of need to set the frequencies for these. Set the seed. Let's try this. See what comes up. Because there's a big one here. I'm just trying to get a nice scene. Oh right, the rivers are gonna be very big when let's make this the threshold a little bit lower. I should really make a in-game editor for this. I think that's fair enough. Looking at this, see the tree on the other side. Oh, is that one of the trees? There's something really tanking my FPS looking at like one specific angle. Huh. That's strange. I mean, I guess the environment is very large, or is very big, and enjoying a lot of grass. I should probably, like, if I just disable the grass rendering for now, because this needs to be optimized quite a bit. Yeah, it's the grass. It's unfortunate, but it's expected. It's drawing like an entire modern game worth of triangles. Alright. Well, we have our river here. So if I make this like take into account, so boo as river equals false. As river equals is true. And then I've just if I just do this, they're not going to be taken into account, so this isn't going to work, but I guess it will show. What is this? Oh. There we go. So this will Yeah, this will just cut through the entire world, really. Now it looks too big, no? Let's make it a little bit smaller. So if I walk over here, yeah. I would need to make the rivers somehow correlated with the river noise somehow correlated to the height map, make it form in the valleys. I guess I could just make them have the same seed. So this is gonna make it so, yeah, exactly. So now the valleys have the big rivers. I mean, it's gonna be only if I remove the variance here. Make it there. Make it like that. I mean, now you're gonna see, yeah, so I mean, I guess it's still kind of moving upwards. I don't know why that is. Oh, this is using noise too. So, what? This is taking noise 2 to the third power, and that's what's being returned. Don't know why. Alright. Because here we have the actual low point of the world. So I don't know why this is. I guess I am taking. Oh, so this is the negative part, right? Right. Because I'm doing slightly different things. I mean, I guess that's not too bad. Like, I'm not against the rivers not being at the total low point of the world. I'm just following. They are gonna follow the exact slope, though. All right, let's add back the variance. So, if you do this, then yes, that's the river, and we'd have to smooth this out though, because currently it's just going on the individual triangles and just clamping them. So I'm wondering if I how do you handle that in the best way? I guess you want like a. You want like, what if we just linearly interpolate it throughout? Because this will be like this because of the shaders. Don't know why the normal for that particular thing is working on. Where is the debug renderer? Do I still have it? There we go. Draw shadow preview. Will this? Yeah, there we go. Well, yeah, that shows why the normals here aren't really working, which isn't great. The normals here aren't really working either, but they're very, very jaggery here. Maybe I'm checking them in the wrong way. Look at that pretty tree in the normal view. Got some rainbows. I don't really want to do a water simulation, so I'm wondering how to do the water here. Because I kind of have to do that outside of the height map. Well, if you just take the... Looks like the collision on the height map is also kind of bugged. Let's add back the grass, actually. Because even though it lags, it looks kind of pretty. So if we do this, now I got grass going. So what I kind of do want is I want something more. Let's find a reference, actually. Swedish fjäll nature. Let's see what this pops up. Not like that. I kind of do want this, though, something more. I want something more foresty. I guess this, but this is too south. Yeah, I do kind of. I mean, this would be a nice biome. Just having a like this is very. This is very south though, or not very, but it's not north at least. Kind of like where it's very rough, but still very smooth. A lot of trees. I'm trying to find. Like there must be. I mean, this is what I'm looking for, but this would be a nice biome to have, just a birch forest. I think birch is very pretty, especially if they're done right. I think a lot of games get birch wrong, because like all birch forests that you see in like video games are very they're very blue. I feel like if you just take Minecraft. Like, it's very blue. Blue grass. Very dull. I mean, I guess that is towards the summer. Like this. This is what I would like to have. I guess some people have already worked on it. But, like, birch. Birch for a big part of the year. Like, if you just search up birch. Like, look. Birch in the summer. It's very lush. Very green. And birch during the spring is very yellow. And very pretty. So I think mimicking something like this in one of the biomes would be very nice. But you do need transitionary biomes if you want birch and mountain-esque terrain in the same area. This is also like very nice, just plain. If you want everyone some mountainous terrain, just spamming a bunch of these would be nice. Just having like like this bushcraft over here, and then you have some rocks, and then you just have a river going down from the top. I guess this wouldn't be too hard to implement if you were to just do this now. I guess the more hard part is getting the terrain to look right. Hmm. Oh, this is Swedish nature. More like this. This is more what I'm looking for. With the large, not spruce. Pine. I get more pine trees. Add on this, and then you just have some. I could try to replicate this. I guess the hard part is, I mean, if you disregard the very the hills for a bit, and you just make it flat for a moment. Like this. Now you're just gonna have a very flat terrain with rivers. Just kind of going through it. I guess this is more like this is more the inverse, having the river generation. I guess this is more ridged noise. But if you just try to imitate this, so you add, you would have. This is a very mountainous mountainous river though. I think for if it was this flat, like it's very in the way that it is right now, or the thinness of it, it goes very fast. I think you need something more like this if it were to be in the flat parts. So if you do like this, oh shit. I really need to optimize the grass rendering. If I do this, kind of getting the right idea. And then if you return in the height map, if you here return -2 instead, then you'll get some water here. Needed to be a little bit deeper. But there you go. I'm wondering if you do the entire vegetation in like an instanced area. And I don't know how much I like this. This is because of the walking on terrain code. I'll deal with it later. Yeah, here we have a tree. And this isn't really water. It's just fake. But it gets the job done. So what if you here let's add some of these, and I guess that's just spammed grass. No, it's closer to grass. Maybe 16 by 16. Let's pick some colors. Like some down here. I think a little bit more yellow works well. I just do some of this. Don't think this would work. You would need more separation between them. I think this works. Like that. Don't know how to make this look good, unfortunately. Like, since these are all too wide, the problem is that like this one looks way too out of place. Let's try something like this. See if we just, if I just spam this all over the place, see if it looks good. Did that save correctly? It did. That wouldn't be a billboard. I kind of want that to be a plane, which I don't have. These are renamed for an old version when they were all together. Alright. This uses the regular shader. The only difference is that this one should not use the camera rotation, it should only use translation rotation. And there's some code here that turns off, I think that's in the model. I need to do some of this. I think this is decided. I don't remember, unfortunately. Here, it's material two-sided. So what I have to do is I have to disable call face before I draw this, because that removes one of the sides, and we don't really want that for grass, which has two sides. So we'll just do this, and I think that should be enough to draw this plane instruction. I guess this is an instance though. Because the grass is oh, actually this isn't even, this should be part of the atlas as well. Because I don't really want to rebind a texture for it. Let's do that. Is this a 16 by 16 grid? What? I swear this was 8 by 8. Oh, not too long ago. Anyways. So we have got this texture, and that's on the atlas position 3. So what we do want to do is we want to save this. Yeah, that does look kind of bad. I think less is more when it comes to this texture, because you're going to be spamming it all over the place. So if we just remove like this, and just do something like this, and then just spam it, I think that looks better. I guess this is 4 across. Let's try this, and then in the plain texture, How do I pass the texture to this? That's a very good question. Where do I bind the texture? I don't rebind a texture for this, so this just takes in a atlas position. Yeah, exactly. So for this, I kind of just want a game scene, and I want to go into the render pass as well. Draw cube, and we kind of just want to copy this and make a draw plane. I want to enqueue a new plane draw instruction. And then in the game scene, when the tree is drawn, here, we just want to draw plane on the third position, and the tree is drawn at the 320. 320. Let's do 5. Make it above the everything. And now we should have a. Oh, I guess it's gonna be in the tree. In the tree. So let's do 3, 3, and then let's do 10. See if this draws at all. Doesn't look like it is. That's very strange. If I try to draw the cube at the same position, because I know this one works, so it's, which is better. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's so small. I remember the cube being bigger. All right, let's put these as 5, 5 then. I wonder if I want to put them in the river actually. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the plane is drawing at all. Try to change texture. I'm gonna draw a billboard here. This should just draw correctly. No. Why? Why are you broken? Well, I guess it's easier to just copy the cube instruction. But the shader's starting to get very nasty for this one. Like, look, they use the same shader. Their cleanup is the same. And I do guess that this could be one of the reasons, but I doubt it. I mean, I haven't used the billboard draw instruction in a while, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's broken. But it does seem like it is. It isn't showing up on the normal or the depth map either. So, even though those kind of mimic what the screen sees, them not having it is kind of a dead giveaway. Alright. Let's do this instead, since they are basically the same thing. And let's just keep the front face. I mean, I do guess that I could just make a model in Blender and import it. But... Huh. Zero, 1, 2, 3. Because like, why did you? Oh, because like I do have a functioning model renderer, like OBJ. So I could just use that, though. All right. And I mean, I don't have to register the, yeah, like, this one works. And when I go into the cube, copy this over here and then just make a plane. And then I decide to draw only the plane, which is now functionally exactly the same as the cube. It doesn't draw. All right, let's debug this. Cube draw instruction. All right, that works. Plane draw instruction. Doesn't. Even though they are functionally the same. I mean, I don't have to... Like, they do the same thing under the hood. So it's probably... I mean, it is my code that's the problem. But... why? Strange, strange, strange. Yeah, that's not great either. All right. So what if, okay, let's do this again. Into here, and the only thing we do is just rename it plane. Oh wait, do I never run the setup? That'd be embarrassing. Yeah, I do set up the billboard though. Yeah, this would do it. I really do need to make a reflection for that because it's kind of annoying to forget it every time. Yeah. Or just make a better system for rendering in general. The system won't scale. So now it's just gonna draw one, there we go. And draws on both sides because there's no call face. And now I want this to render the third. I should probably disable sky. Preview. Shadow preview. So change this to be the third texture, which is my, there we go. That's the right one. And then we add a translation matrix or a scale matrix. And we scale that by 5, let's say. That's not going to work because I need to scale it before I translate it. Order of operations and matrices do matter, in fact. Who could have guessed? There we go. Let's put these at -4 and then a couple of dots over. Well, that's anticlimactic. I do want to, let's add that to this view over here. X, Y, C, and just do a player client context dot client context get. Do we have a player here dot get? Like, I know I can just get the player somehow. There we go. And then I have to get there. Player.get transform component .x or stop position .x. I kind of want to shuffle this because I don't know how expensive that. I don't know how expensive it is to get a component. I'm guessing negligible, but whatever. All right. So where do I want to put the water? 320, 340. Something like that. There we go. Oh, but this is, let's make this a 6 scale, and then this needs to be 3 from the ground, because that's how that works. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. It's got a bad case of the mixels though, but that's solvable. That's too big. Let's see the reference. See what we're going for. I mean, that isn't too far off, right? And if you were, I'm guessing this is like hip high water. Like if we say that I'm a regular human, which this is not. I guess this water is too deep for that then. All right, let's make the water a little bit less deep. Make it -2. And then the game scene, let's then make this let's say 6, 1. I think that's fine. Maybe a little bit smaller. 4 at 0. How does this work? I think that's good. If we just spam this all over the place, like close to the shoreline, I think that's good enough. I don't really know the vibe I'm going for with this game, but that's what it is. If we just then add a rotation matrix to this after the scale, on the y-axis with, I guess, math.pi. Or is it half pi that I want? Yeah, I want half pi. Then I'm gonna get something that I really don't want. I need to be rotated. I need to translate this. How do I... I guess if I translate it before... or like here. Like circle 5, circle 5, circle 5. Is this what I want? I mean, there we go. There we got like a Minecraft style style thing. And if I mean, let's just do a axis less than, let's say 20, and then we just do like this y, and then make this a c. I mean, here we can really work the, oh, the formatter doesn't like that. But if we then just offset plus x, oh, we kind of don't need y here, do we? Plus c, and then we do plus x here. This is gonna create like a dumb square, right? But I mean, that's not what we're going for. It could be worse. Need some offsets in this though. So if I need to pre-generate the offsets though. I mean, this is 20 by 20, so let's just make a 20 by 20. Let's do that up here actually. Float. What is this called? Was in English? Reads. And if we make this these reads, if we just read offsets as a new float 20 by 20. Actually, we just set this to null, and then we pre-generate it. Or generate it on demand. If read offsets equals null, then we want to do a read offsets equals new float 20 by 20. And we just do the same for this, and then we just do read offsets x and c, create a new random, of course. We do random dot next double. I mean, kinda, right? Do we need anything else? Like, I don't think so. This goes from 0. I guess doing this times like 2 minus 1 would be appropriate. Plus read offsets xc. And just adding this to all of them. I guess offsetting rotation would be nicer as well. And making this like 4 minus 2. Let's see here. Actually, let's make the offset here also be bigger. I'm just making this more and more unmanageable, but we'll fix that in due time. If I do this, there we go. I mean, it goes into the land, but that's fixable. I mean, the major problem here is the lack of depth, right? But what if, okay, so offsetting rotation first and foremost. So we do read rotations. Then we do the same here. And set these, the read rotations to random dot next double next, let's go between 0 and math dot pi times 2. Is this not allowed? Does next not support? Well, then we just have to do times 2 times math dot pi times 2. Oh, and this requires so this will give it from 0 to math times 2. So if we just rotate we do this plus the read rotations, and then you do a math or matrix 4x4 to create rotation y for that. I mean, now you really should have some reads going about here, right? Yeah. I mean, you need some height offsets as well, but I guess this is the gist of it. I can't really sample the noise here because of how it is set up, which is kind of bad. But if I could just sample the noise with if I could sample the noise here with another noise laid over it, then I guess let's actually expose the let's expose the river noise in the, let's make this a public static. And we don't create the river noise here. We actually just use it before. Then if I go into here and I start sampling it, so instead of me doing, I guess that kind of breaks the read offsets though, but that can be worked around. So let's delete this for now. Oh, I kind of have to do that for the entire world if I do that though. So I do need to pre-generate it or I guess it doesn't matter if it's terribly slow in the beginning. I really do need a better system for this to set up vegetation, because currently the problem is I'm doing The problem is I'm doing the world, and then I guess doing this would be nice. I'm doing the world, and then I'm doing vegetation, or like the height map. I kind of need to generate these in the same step. You need a world generator. What I do want is I need like a something like this. World generator. You need like a world generator that takes in the entire map and then does everything in like passes. Because currently I do the height map as one thing, then I do the vegetation, and that doesn't really work. So I guess designing something like this next would be appropriate. Just saying, have the world, here's the noise, do whatever you want with it. That doesn't really matter. But just having a uniform lookup table for the entire map. And then I have to pre-generate the mesh. I mean, I guess if I pre-generate the vegetation mesh, then everything becomes quite easy after that. Right? I guess not if I want it dynamically, but that's different. Let's do this for now. I mean, as I said, I don't really know what this game is going to be about. So let's make it the dumb, easy way in the beginning. And then if the dumb, easy way doesn't... if I later want to make this like a sandbox game, then I can handle that. But currently... Oh. Why did we crash? I'm sure I used the same code, right? Where do we crash? Oh. I guess that'd do it. I mean, so currently it looks like this. Let's make this use the same colors, actually, because I feel like it's quite jarring when the everything else is made using a different color palette. So yeah, something like this in the river. Guess this looks good enough, right? And then, yeah, then we want the world generator. You kind of want rules as well, no? All right. So let's create a new package called world. And in here we create a generator.cs. Kestrel.client.world. And this is our public class generator. If we then decide, okay, so this does this generator really need? It needs a height map. It needs some way to control these two things. And how do we do that efficiently? So it defines some noise that makes the height map, and that should also be applicable to the vegetation. I don't know how other games do this, but I could probably look it up. But like just looking through this, I mean, for my current needs, I need to check the height map. I need to generate that as its own mesh, and then I have to generate the vegetation as its own mesh. So they're kind of the same thing, actually, even though they have different presentations. They require the same amount of data. So if I Uh, if I in the generator define like steps, and then have the generator be its own draw call, so the world and the vegetation gets drawn in the same pass, then I could probably control it a whole lot better. Okay, so what API do I want for the generator? Let's say I create a generator here. Var generator equals new generator. I don't want that. And then I input something here. So let's say I create, or I guess they would be separate. To not have to care about that. So do you do height map rules? This would be better with a node-based editor. Is there an IMGUI node library? There is. Openability? OOP-based approach to a node editor in C# for tier IMGUI specific IMGUI.net. This isn't that old. Let's see how... Does this support custom node types? It does. Alright, let's see if we can implement this. Is this on NuGet? That'd be nice, otherwise I'm gonna vendor it. Alright. Let's vendor this. And then we'd have to do a... There we go. And then we have to do a package include. Package reference. Local package reference csproj. There is a way to do this. I just don't know how. And Microsoft is very helpful as always. Adding reference local csproj file. Well, let's see if this works. So that's ... and then it's this. Slash. It's the same .csproj. Let's see if this works. .net restore. Do I... Yeah, that built it. Perfect. So let's see. How do we... Let's create a... I mean, it would have to... So we have a few considerations to make. It does need to be live updating. It doesn't have to be that fast though. It has to be able to be auto viewed in the game scene, and then it also has to be able to be saved and loaded to a file. Save and load to a file I already have. I've got a config format running, so the only thing we kind of need else is just to set this bad boy out. So let's see, do they have an example on how to use this? It doesn't look like it. So I'm wondering how this is meant to be used. I'm wondering if this is one of the uses for the big AI. Because this is like completely out of my league. Because there's really no documentation for it. Let's see. Let's create a let's make a editor mode. And let's create an editor class that just kind of lives on top of the game scene. Because this would be a really nice tool to have. Bool editor in editor mode, or is editor mode, I guess, equals false. And we run that in the update. So we just check. I guess we could just, or let's hijack F1 and remove the prefab editor because that's not used. Is editor mode equals true. And not is editor mode to just disable player movement when we're in it. See if it works. World is a namespace. Oh. What do we call this? Well, actually, let's using static arch world equals arch.corridor world. Why don't you work? Oh, there we go. What? Oh. So if I press F1, yeah, that disables player movement entirely and shows my broken player model. I can still look around with the camera. So then I want to open like the node editor. So let's do that. Let's do that here. If is editor mode. Here we want to just what button is it? Open agent. There we go. Use the imgui.nodes package and draw a node editor here. This is kind of different from like something like Hightail, because Hightail has a really good world generation editor from what I've seen. Problem is that they Hightail is voxel based, of course, so that approach wouldn't really work here because they can just do blocks for everything. So they say have blocks here, and then which blocks. Here I kind of have to do it, take a different approach because they can have it really optimized, right? I mean, let's look at Hightail world generation. I mean, this is what they have. You can't really see anything. This is what they have. I mean, and their entire premise is like Minecraft, right? They're trying to, or they're rendering everything dynamically. So kind of their own premise is rebuilding quickly. I don't really need that, so I do think I can sidestep a lot of things they have to do, but also I think taking inspiration from a lot of the things they have here is could be useful. I do think like some of the, I mean, here they have their example. I do think, however, that one of the things that I could really take inspiration from here is just having a shit ton of noise functions and those being really easy to implement. Let's see if this works. Oh no, I feel like any sort of AI has become very bad over the past couple of weeks. I don't know why though. Maybe I'm just becoming dumber. Can't prompt it good enough, but there's definitely a feeling I've been having. Like an environment like this would be really nice to be able to build. Because this is very simple noise. Like you can see the noise coming down here, goes up, goes down. This is like this is what I would call very simple thresholded noise for the rivers. And then they have another layer. This is another biome, I would assume, over in the distance. And then of course the rocks. I don't know how they I think these are prefabs. I mean, that would be a cool feature, right? You have a you have like a noise generation prefab that looks like a rock, and then it regenerates it for each one, so you don't really have presets. Like the trees here, they're presets. A builder has gone in and built the trees, but I think the rocks here are procedurally generated. But you can see here the overall terrain shape. It goes up and down, very, very simple, like simplex or Perlin noise. Same here. Like this is very flat. You can see like the top layer is like this sort of area. It peaks here, and you can see it's the same for that one and that one beyond. And then yeah, I guess this one's sort of like the same. And then it changes biome and it becomes more jaggedy. And I don't know how they do this type of generation. It's very pretty, like these white rocks. Very like Adriatic. Yeah, something like this would be really cool. So that's what I'm gonna try to implement. Let's see here. It looks like they have mismatched IMGUI versions. I'm guessing it will just update it. Sometimes I'm wondering why I don't just do that myself. But oh, the productivity gain is immense. Let's see if this will work. All right. What was the problem? The active document is not part of the open workspace. .NET switch project. Border. Like, there we go, and there it works. This cost me $5 billion, by the way, to get that working. Turn that off. I don't need you anymore. So now I have this node editor. which seems like it's slightly bugged, but we can walk around it. Let's see, does this... How does this work? Does this allow me to... I don't know how the connections for this node editor works. I'm guessing the... Because in my humble opinion, the function of a node editor is to be able to edit the nodes, not just view them. But maybe I'm too naive with that. So where is the actual editor? Is this it? Alright, so they create a label node, is what this one's called. You can add inputs. So this is a harpoon has 2 ins, 1 out. Let's see if that's accurate. Yeah. So how can I... Except for the botched rendering here, how can I somehow make this... how... Okay, so it looks like it connects here. So this doesn't look like it's like a fully fledged editor. It's just... Or I mean, I guess it is. It's just that it doesn't have... It's like not a all-in-one solution. Alright, so if I don't connect the harpoon out, yeah, then it does that. Oh, I guess that's the problem. No, it is. About the actual, like, window. If I switch back... I think I am GUI wind. Does it do that? Did I misunderstand what I did? Hello? Let's try that over here. I'm GUI. Alright, so now neither of my projects are loading correctly. But it is because I can do that. Well, the problem is kind of that whatchamacallit. Alright, so now nothing's working. Great. The solution is orchestral. These should probably be in the same solution file. Can I add it? Add existing project. We'll just add it to the same solution. Open .NET. Let's do this. Replace. I'm GUI.nodes. Let's move this outside of the actual and just remove this submodule. And then we import that instead. It didn't like that though. Oh. There we go. So now, hopefully, if I go into here, I'm going to reload. Sometimes I wonder why I bother with using VS Code anymore. It's become so shit. Like, one could almost dream. Let's see, let's switch to SED. See if that fixes all my problems. Node editor. There you go, that's loaded. And that's loaded. First party tool, by the way. Alright. Let's see here. Node editor. There we go. IMUI window flags. Is neither loaded now? Hello? I mean, this window is definitely loaded. Or like the LSP is definitely picking something up. I just don't think it's picking up. Like, this is working. With the overloads. So why isn't this project? Oh. Like, this is working. So why isn't this? Very confusing. Anyways, but the problem seems to be that this does work. It's just that I move the window with it. Let's see if I can just fix that. Let's see if that works. And I'm wondering how, because like all of this is most definitely just noise, right? Going up here. This is like just, oh, this is supposed to be a hill. We go up here. I mean, this is just floored noise, right? I mean, that's what I would assume. So the actual terrain height is the same. And then it goes up. And then here, this is not, it doesn't do anything like different from this. Like this doesn't do anything different from this. I mean, I guess this goes in the wrong direction. But like to recreate that, you kind of only need like one noise that says this is a hill. And it goes whoop, whoop. Like just plus whatever, how many blocks? Like 30 blocks. I don't know. Maybe the easiest way at the moment, let's go back to VS Code, because set is also bad. I should make my own editor someday. There was this really good editor, but I think it got discontinued, and it was only for C++. Like, I think this is fully abandoned. Yeah. Like, this editor was... It just kind of was what I needed. Like, this is what I... This is what I would want a C# editor to be. Hi, I don't know why I clicked on this, but I'm not really the guy for game development specifically, usually. But with the background music and stuff, this is kind of the vibe, I can't even lie. Ah, nice. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to make things work. Game development takes time and is grueling as always. I'm trying to push through it. It's fun though. I'd recommend it. I can see that lol, yeah. Let's remove this for now. It doesn't let's just make it so let's make it all text based for now. So instead of making an editor mode. Right now I'm just trying to I don't know, what's your if you make games or if you play games, I'm trying to make a world like this, but more not voxel based, so like not blocks. Closer to more like a low poly environment. I don't know if I'm this is also kind of not what I want. I don't know, but more I mean, I guess what I do have is a better representation of it. If I go up here and remove this, and then you go down and turn on the grass rendering and just height map, and you turn this into this. I guess this shows kind of what I'm out for. I'm working on rivers at the moment, that's why everything looks kind of like this, but just the grass here, tree over here. I know it's definitely a work in progress. It's a week in the making, but I'm hoping for something. Well, you could probably still apply the same principles, right? Like Perl and noise or whatever. I mean, for what? Yeah, the tree is from the tree is made using a tool called tree. It's like if you aren't into game development, this isn't gonna be real for you. But there's this like tool. It costs $3, and it can do all trees, and then it can do low poly. It can do fucking realistic. It's great. I love humanity sometimes. Sometimes it's shit, and sometimes someone spends like their entire lives making the best tree simulator ever made. And if you just import your own textures, you can make it look like this, and it doesn't even look like it's made. Like this kind of just looks in place. $3 for infinite virtual trees. Not for me, lol. Nah. But if you're ever going to make trees, then you know where to find it. I don't know. But I want to figure out how to define all this. Going into the boring parts of game development now. Not the exciting parts where you make trees, but how I make the environment look somewhat cohesive. Also how I make the river not be at the bottom of the world and instead match the surroundings. Like I could just move this up a bit, which I guess with the current system I do have, moving this up to like making the river bed at like 6 would work. But this would also have the side effect of making everything grass. So I need to somehow define this area as being in the river, which is easier said than done, believe it or not. I guess if you take a tolerance around it, that would work. Like if I made the river go from here to over here underground. Oh. That'd work out better. But I'd still kind of need to generate a mesh for that. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really know how to do right now. Really wish I could give some actual useful advice, but really just ain't got nothing. Yeah. I mean, just being here is good enough. It's just game development's so overwhelming. There's so many bits you could poke at first that you kind of just end up doing a whole lot of nothing, which is I mean, it's got good and bad parts. The bad parts are that you never finish anything. You just make cool small stuff until you die. But let's see here. If I all right. Let's pull up the game on the side to have something interesting to look at. So this is the terrain. I kind of do need. Let's do it. Oh. Generator, and then we just do. What do we call this? Call this just forest.gen. All right. So I like to go about these things as then design how I would want them to work in my ideal world, and then I find all the problems with it. So I'm guessing here is just designing. I want the height map, and then I want vegetation. Because like the big problem with this not being like a Minecraft clone in the sense is that creating rocks and everything needs to be actual physical 3D models. Or I guess I could change it up a bit. Make the terrain be like this smooth, not realistic, but realer type of terrain, and then make all of the rocks Minecraft rocks. But I guess that looks kind of lazy. Like I could just if I just go into the world, into the game scene here, and I just do if I just create scale by 4 times at which position? 320, 340. Well, let's do 340, 340. And then just pick 1, I think is the one I want. If I just do this, then I'll have a... I don't know where this this cube is gonna end up. Oh, there we go. It's just a little bit underground, a little bit shy. Like I could just make this my entire world. Just a bunch of cubes and like slightly in the ground. But I don't know if that's the art style I'm going for. A little bit far up still. There we go. I've only really done chess programming things related to that pretty much. Very technical and perf focused, but also not very creative. Yeah, I should probably do chess programming. I mean, I feel like I'd gain a lot from it. It's very algorithmic, very mathematical, right? Like it's very. You've got a goal of having a better, like having a measurable goal is quite nice in programming. I could imagine. Game programming very much doesn't have that. I mean, you have the goal of it should be fun to play, but fun is very, very subjective. It's hard to it's hard to measure fun unless there are like big jumps in it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's much more things I could add to this world, but it's also the amount of things also goes both ways here. That if I don't add anything, like if I could add infinite things, but if I don't add anything of that, then yeah. I mean, if I let's see here, if I just make this, let's see, this color. This would be more rocks, but I don't think this is, yeah. I mean, first of all, it's too bright. I mean, you kind of need everything except the world to be cubes then, and I kind of do like the tree. The tree is way too cute to give up on at the moment, unfortunately. I don't know. It's nice for prototyping though. These voxels kind of, you don't have to really do much for them to work, but I don't think they will stick into the future. It would be cool to generate meshes though. I guess that's in the future. Anyways, so for the let's have this as my side screen for now. So to design whatever's needed, you kind of do need the boring parts. Oh. You kind of need to be able to layer it in a specific sort of way, and I don't know what the best way to do that is. A lot of math involved here, and I don't know how to sample it correctly. Because you can kind of do, I mean, if you do first, you have a noise. I mean, you have to make it be very, very loose in the definition. So yeah, you have to be like add, and you add one, which is a, or I guess this wouldn't be. What's the main character, by the way? Looks like a bit like a chubby cow with red dress with a shotgun mouth. Yeah, it's it was the quickest character I could come up with. It's the head is a circle, the body is a circle, then the dress is a cone, and then there are 2 cat ears. So it's 3 cones and 2 spheres. It was the easiest character I could come up with. So it's yeah, it is whatever you want it to be. I plan on replacing it, but I did need a, like, I had this as my character model for the longest time, like just this red cube, and it was kind of hard imagining a world with the cube as my character. So the shotgun is from a previous game idea, so I just brought it in, and it's stuck. Just wanted to see if I could get it working with looking and everything, and it kind of does. Not bad at all, honestly. Maybe if you do replace it, something similar would be cool for sure. Yeah, I mean, I do like the idea. I mean, I guess it's kind of similar to One Shot, I guess. Like this. I wouldn't be against having a character similar to this, but yeah, it definitely needs more work. I'm no artist, which kind of makes it harder. But yeah, I do like the character. Also, you can shoot harpoons. That's also brought over. But yeah, I mean, the character works for what I'm trying to do right now, which is just getting a world up and running. When in the future, if the like in the future, if this game ever goes somewhere, then I definitely like something similar to this character. I mean, if the art style stays the way it is, because it's quite fantasy at the moment. I mean, the tree doesn't really scream realism. Neither does the world. So. I mean, like, if you do type add 1 type, I mean, this something like this would work. Having a sort of a node system here. So I do type 1, 2, and then you add. This has like a frequency in the 0.001f, and this has a frequency of 0.01. I mean, so a system like this, I don't see as too bad. But it's also hard to foresee the limitations of it in the future. The joys of game programming. I don't know, but I do also see that having a system like this, like I made this system for so there's not like a clear game loop vision yet. No, I mean the entire engine I've made myself here. Like, it's not Unity or anything. So at the moment I'm just trying to get something like visual up and running, because if I get the 99% of a game is the visuals, right? It's how it looks. So if I get a system up and running for making something look a type of way, then I will have the system in place to make, like, imagine if I make this river work and it looks good for me right now, then in the future, even if I don't want that exact river, I at least have the system around how the river will look. Like, this is what I give up. If I search up here, if I search up Unity river, Unity engine river, like here, there are hundreds of examples now to make a river in Unity. I don't have that, and there are pros and cons. Like, this looks beautiful. But yeah, right now I'm just like, okay, make a river. If it looks good, then I can go on to the next thing. I mean, I do also have like impressive. Not trying to glaze too much, but an entire game engine is like crazy cool. It's an entire game engine is overselling it, but yeah. I mean, I'm biased here, but if you ever were to make a game, I find it much more fun to make game engines, even though the end product takes longer, and of course it takes up complications of its own. And the game, if you want to just make like small games, then yeah, an engine is better. But I find the technical challenges of sitting here and thinking about how to create a river, thinking about how I had to make the code to draw this tree. It's not that long. It's like 300 lines to import the model, make the tree, pull in the textures, stuff like that. And that's what I feel like I miss from game engine programming, sort of, or like programming games in a game engine. Like making the grass also on the ground. I had to think about how to make the grass, and of course you have to do that in an engine as well. But I like the technical aspect of having to learn every part and be part of the process. I can't just drag in an asset and make it work, which of course makes it take longer. But in the end, I feel like I, as a programmer, become better because of it. So I'm trying out that at the moment, which I mean it works. But then you also have the problems of it taking me 2 weeks to make a river or whatever. But you get the gist. Oh, that right. I forgot I had those there. But then again, if your entire goal was to make a game, then yeah, a game engine is the better choice. I know that kind of thing from my chess stuff. I wrote my own neural net trainer, and it's not as good as PyTorchable, but the learning experience. Oh, that sounds fun. I bet that was really fun to code. I've never actually done neural net stuff, but it feels like an area of programming that's like very. It feels like very rewarding. But yeah, I think yeah that's the same idea, I guess. I know YouTube is complaining at me. I don't know. Don't know why. I think it's working. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, the neural net stuff definitely. It's the same area of like you learn actually what you're coding instead of just coding someone else's stuff. Like I program because it's fun. I don't program because I want to use some. Or I don't program for the end goal. I program because I like programming. If that makes sense. Even how pretentious that might sound, but sometimes being pretentious is good, I think. Or not being pretentious in that way, but I think you get what I mean. Even though my communication skills are subpar. Why is OBS just complaining? All right. So if I were to work on this now, stream lagging a bit, but that's may just be me also agreed lol. So it is no. Like, is the stream lag bad? Let's see. All right. I don't know, the stream, it doesn't lag on my end, which is weird because I think I'm also watching it through YouTube. Like, I don't think I get any. I don't think I get any preference from YouTube and getting like since I'm the streamer. If it lags in like 2 minutes, I'll look into it. But it doesn't look like it's lagging right now though. All right. Let's see. How does the noise? Just a little annoying. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't think there's much I can do about it. All right, but let's look here. So how does the actual? Yeah, then it's probably on my end. All right. Let's see here. How does the height map actually work? So I get a noise. Let's put this here. Like you get I get noise on the X and the Y, which I need to have as variables. And then I do +1, so I need to add that, and then I add the variance. like this part isn't that hard. Getting this to be included harder. I mean, this would definitely be better if I had like there's if I could there's this React Flux, I think. Yeah. My voice loves to do that, unfortunately. Like if I had something like this to edit everything, that'd be better, but I don't, unfortunately. I mean, I think the voice cracks add a bit to the stream, don't you? But I think imitating the node editor in the editor, lol, I guess. But I think adding, I think making the node-based system. I mean, I guess if you drag this over, I mean, you have like Unreal Engine blueprints. That looks healthy. But you have something like this for blueprints in Unreal, which is another game engine. If you had something like this for the world generator, so you dragged in a bit of noise into like a distance squared, you got out a new value, you boot it up, you put it into a branch, this sort of thing. I feel like this would help iteration speeds a lot for making the actual like world look nice. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. But the base step for doing that is the great thing, which is sitting here and designing how it actually looks in data, and then you have to design the front end, which will be the node editor. So to design this, like this whole scene in the node editor, maybe I just keep it keep it code for now. Maybe this is just time wasting. Let's see. I mean, as a basic concept, that feels doable. I also haven't been doing UI in a long time, but a node editor sounds fun. Yeah, I mean, the node editor isn't the... Yeah, I mean, the node editor is a nice project to work on. But it's more like the actual system around it. Because like, I can design a node editor, and then I will have a node editor for the engine. But just like designing for all possible edge cases right now of how the terrain and the like vegetation around it might evolve is sort of the thing I'm putting off. But yeah, having like a full stream when I develop a node editor would be fun. Because that's a system that's very, very, like it's a very good utility to have in the future, to just have a good system that I can explore it. But I think that's for a future stream. Unfortunately. Christ, I'm realizing how little I actually know. Chess programming consumes you, man, but I haven't actually done anything else in so long. Yeah, no, but I'm doing web programming for my work, so you can tell how little I've been doing. Like I pulled up the C# for doing this project because I wanted to actually make a game, but I feel so like it just feels like there's a bunch of fog in my mind from just adding buttons in different places. Like I can do websites well enough, but it's not a very creative field, I'd say. But chess programming feels like a nice area to like do, but like as a side project kind of thing though. All right. How do I? It's not gonna stay a side project, trust me. Yeah, this is C#. I was thinking about doing it as something else, but I've been doing C# is like it's like the boring dad of languages for me. It's not. I don't feel any type of way about it. It's like it's not good. It's not bad. Like it's like a suburban dad who drives a. I don't know. They drive a Toyota. They might have a pool. Have 3 kids and a wife. Like it's a very boring language. It does everything I need it to do. I don't have any special gripes with it. I also don't really have anything for it as a language. But we'll have to learn that for my, I don't know the English word, but the stage right before being chronically, we'll have to learn that for my, I don't know the English word for it, but stage before being chronically employed. Oh, yeah. I mean, C# is, it is that kind of language. I feel like it's a language everyone who doesn't primarily do websites should know. Like it's like Python but good, I'd say. But I think that's a controversial take. Like it does what I think it's a hard explanation. But it kind of does what I learned C++ for the chess thing, but it's almost harder since they are so close. Yeah, I mean, C++ was what I was considering for this project before. I've done some of it, but I feel like C++ has more problems than not. And while I think C# has some of those problems, and not really. What am I trying to get at? Like I feel like C# is more like it does more less bad things than C++, at least for a small project like this. I haven't run into any of the garbage collector problems yet as well. Like there's so many programming languages. There are yeah. There are more modern languages like SIG. They like it's I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way. It's I have heard great things about it. I was like there's so many C++ languages that are like, oh, this is the C++ killer. This is C++ but good. But I haven't actually found a language that really meets it. And that's kind of why I'm staying out. I mean, there's Odin as well. This kind of does that. I don't know. They're all kind of the same language, but if you just look at them, they're also all very different. I know. Programming languages are a frustrating field. Maybe someday I'll make a good programming language of my own. Currently, I've only made bad ones. Yeah. OOP is. I think more of these languages that start popping up, and I think they will be a lot of what's used in the future. Just more. I think OOP has been an experiment that has failed in a lot of ways. Because I feel like either there's no real reason for C# to exist. If there's a good alternative for it on the systems end, but I don't think there is right now. I mean, of course, languages like Rust exist, but I don't feel like Rust meets my. I don't know. Maybe my ideal programming language is unreachable, but I don't know. There's what's it called? A Jai as well, programming language. Well, that's a useful article. I don't know if there are any things, but I mean, it's a good. It's not everyone just because of the community. To be honest, maybe an odd take, but what a toxic bunch. Yeah, I feel like Rust has the same problem that Linux has. Like, I use Linux personally, but telling someone or like talking about it with other people is such a it's such a backwards. You just get bad conversations. It has such a bad rep. Like, you talk with, if I go to a Linux forum and ask for help on my problem, I will get 5 people telling me that my question is stupid. And I feel like there are a lot of languages that don't have that. Like I feel like I will reach the same with Rust. Oh, how do I do this? Oh, don't do this, do that. Like, there's this language is procedural or functional. It's quite small at the moment, but I tried to learn it. I went to their Discord and I asked a question, and I got instant help, which they didn't have to, and they had a very it was a very friendly attitude. It was very inviting, and they were very happy that you were just using the language. And I feel like that's kind of what Rust is missing. Like, it's big enough to where they have a lot of resources for it, of course. But it just feels like telling someone you use Rust is like telling someone, I don't know. I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way. Even though I do think that the language is very interesting. Like, I think C++. I think C++ is more like has a more mature community, for better or for worse. Yeah. Like, the best thing Rust could do at the moment is just, or like the best thing the people that program in Rust could do at the moment is just just shut down the Rust Discord server, shut down the communication channels, and just start from scratch. Because it's yeah. Because like, it would be a great language if people just kept to their own devices and just did that, you know. But they have the problem of, we code Rust, we are better, instead of looking at other people and what they're doing and being like, oh, we should take inspiration from that and that. They just don't feel like they're open for discussion much, which is a problem when it comes to a field which is, to be honest, not very developed. Like, programming languages are like, it's not a solved field by any means. Like, there are a solved field doesn't change, and programming languages change every year. Like, let's see, Carbon Lang. Are these people still developing? They are. Huh. This looks kind of ass though. Like the crazy thing is, this language was announced like 10 years ago. As a C++ killer, of course. It's a work in progress. But this looks wildly different from JavaScript, and it looks wildly different from Rust. It looks wildly different from Odin, wildly different from Haskell. Like, there are so many parts. I've been typing for a long time. But like, the thing with these... the thing with these... with programming languages is that people... Well, the Rust people feel like their language is already the best, and they act like it too. Like with the language I showed earlier, Gleam, their community is very aware that their language isn't the best, so the discussions around it are much more open and inviting to different forms of thought. And I feel like that rubs off on the community. The community becomes much more... They're just much more inviting, I guess, to other people and to other ideas than what Rust is. And it also doesn't help that a lot of Rust doesn't work for what I like to do. Like, people say that Rust works for game programming, but for me, that's not really been the case. No, it's all good. It's also me procrastinating on working on it, so I feel like I'm the main culprit here. I should just be doing it. But I'm trying to think out in the meantime on how to actually do things, and that's harder. That's harder than actually doing it. Like, I've been thinking about how to make the water here work. With everything. Oh. Something happened with the game. And I have to... like, I really want... I did have this Swedish nature. Like, I did have one of like a scene I wanted to recreate, like something like this. And I'm trying to figure out how to do each individual part, skipping the mountains in the back because I feel like they're a separate beast at the moment. But like, there's so the thing I think most games don't realize, specifically Swedish. Yeah, I like Swedish nature. I mean, I guess any Northern European, but I like, I do like my Norwegian mountains, my Finnish lakes. I guess I could also go off into Northern Canada, but something around the Arctic Circle. But whatever. But like something like not Norway's the go. All my fellas hate on Sweden. All right, we'll do Norway then. But like, this is sort of the vibe I want for the nature of the game. Like, if I wanted to copy mountains, I'd definitely go Norway. Like Norway has better mountains. Like, this is very tame mountains, right? But normal Norway, everyone in Norway is a farmer reportedly. But I feel like this type of nature would be nice also to have. But anyways, I feel like something like this would be nice to replicate, because I feel like low poly forest, like if you just search up low poly forest, what I feel like all games that do nature get wrong, or at least low poly ones, are like indie games. The you can count the amount of different vegetables. They're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 different types of plant in this entire part, and there are like bunches of 3. So walking through this area, it has no sense of reality, and you can see the same. This is better because it doesn't. It can like, goes away with that. This is like slightly better, but you can see this is just one spam. And this is better. I come from a coding stream, and the guy is counting plants. No, but just look at it. All of the nature is like 2 plants, and then you look at the actual nature. This entire part is a big slab of hundreds of different plants. Here you have 1. Here you have big, like this, like 3 big like parts of. It just, yeah. Like if you look at how I made the grass in this game, and just look like this, you can see the ground, right? But if you just look at it straight on, it's only grass. And I really want to replicate something like that, like the feeling of walking in an actual forest. Because like the most realistic forests in games aren't like actual forests. Like if you look at Rust here, I feel like these are like some of the best forests in gaming at the moment. Not that one. Oh, well, this won't help them, but I, oh, that's unfortunate, but yeah, I do really want to try to imitate that of even in like the in the parts with few trees and like very sparse vegetation, there's still a very much sense of nature. Because like if I'm making a nature game, that might as well focus on what makes nature nature, you know? So that's what I'm going for, at least. So I'll but yeah, I'm wondering if I skip the rivers right now and only do lakes, because lakes are quite a bit easier, because they're like you can do a Y level and then just do everything below it be lake. Like I can if I go into the default fragmentator here, and then I just make the like this. Of course, the grass will still be there. I think. Like something like this, you see. I can just make everything flooded. I hope you can see this at least. Like here you go. Everything just kind of looks flooded. So I mean, floodplains are kind of easy. And this is what I mean, like if I could somehow so nature has a main aesthetic character with cape. If it wasn't holding an ungusted fire, my mind would go to something magic themed. I mean, I should probably let's see here. Where do I actually draw the? I mean, I do wonder. The thing is, I'm wondering if I just sidestep the entire like if I do this, but now the character just looks kind of naked. I don't know. But the thing is that Um, I'm wondering if I do magic at all, and if I instead make something like something more nature based, like realistic nature based. Uh, I don't know how that would work though. But like you make it a survival game, but like the thing is, if you have a north, what's it called? North cold survival game. The Long Dark. Like the Long Dark. Oh, is this not what I'm looking for? No, this is what I'm looking for. Yeah. But like the Long Dark here, it has so many animals and you walk around and you don't really find something. It's a great game, but I feel like the being up, like I've been in these sorts of environments quite a bit, and and it's like you don't really meet different different animals that much, right? You meet all kinds of animals, but like meeting a bear, that's just not something you can really do. I've seen a moose like twice, right? But I'm wondering if you make it like that, where the survival is a lot of like you do fishing. I don't know. And I do know that I want something to do with like nature. I mean, this is polar opposite, but like nature or like very dense dystopia vibes. Moose, let me guess, Canada. No, it's from Sweden. I didn't know that. But like, this is like the two different vibes of games I'm going for. Like uh, but yeah, as I said before, it's a lot of technical challenges. So that's what I'm doing the scene for. Make the make it a bunch of rivers and just get the technology going, and then I can actually make the game. Hmm. I don't know. It's hard. I'll have to think of like I have to think up a good game idea. Uh, you are from NA though, right? Just from the accent, I mean? No. What? I thought my accent was so bad. Isn't it? I mean, I can talk like this if you want to. Feel like that maybe works better. But hmm. Maybe you draw. I'm thinking maybe you draw a noise texture. Ooh. If I saved the entire if I saved the entire height map as a noise texture, booted that up to the GPU, then I could do the water simply by just sampling the noise texture. Ooh. Don't know how to do that though, but we'll figure it out. Hmm. How do I think I do that. Don't I do that somewhere? Do I do that for the grass? Or do I already do that for the height map? I don't remember. Games. Do I take in... I do. Terrain noise map. What? I mean, this is like the... I completely forgot I had this. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because this is like exactly what I want, what I need in this moment. But this needs to be... Oh, this is used for the grass. Right, this is, look. No, I give up. It's 240, but it's still lagging. That's crazy. I'm gonna restart my browser. I have to comment. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. See ya. Thank you for being here. That's like... So that's like this part of the grass, like when it's slightly discolored. All right. So what I just need is to sort of import the noise texture for the actual terrain, not just the grass, into the thing, and then I can just sample it and make the height of the water work that way. I do kind of like the floodplain look that this gives. Huh. Hmm. All right. So to make this work, I'd have to make the noise for the. I mean, this is kind of where a better rendering pipeline would come in. But like, I have to create a noise texture for the actual like thing, and then whatever I'm saying, I need to make a noise texture for the actual like height map, and then bring out this part, the thing that's actually making like the river be sunken into the ground. And I think that's everything that's needed now. I think it might be time for me to pull off, actually. I mean, it's been a productive stream. Got like half of the river system working. So I think in the coming like 3 streams, maybe we can get something actually up and running. All right. I'll see everyone. It's been a good stream. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, probably. So yeah, good night.